So we do another live stream. Sorry, we had some not an issue, but I just wanted to check something. So I'm now doing a live stream from another app, not using the native YouTube app, because I really don't like the quality from the native YouTube app. Oh gosh, sorry, I tried to open my chat for a lot of noise. We don't need noise. Okay, cool. So we're live again, and the quality should look way better. Yeah. So the YouTube app doesn't really give poor quality overall. Not sure what it is, so I'm definitely not gonna use that one anymore. This definitely looks better. Sorry for the fact that I was gone for a moment, guys. So I wanted to talk a bit about what we're gonna do. Hey Mike, yep, back. So tomorrow we're gonna do the toy hunting. Unfortunately, my wife went out all day long. Even now she's outdoors again. So I was babysitting all day. I was playing with the new camera all day long indoors, which is not great for this camera because it's really meant for going outdoors and make stuff outdoors. Indoors it just doesn't work fantastic. But we're gonna do that tomorrow. We're gonna hook it up to my backpack. We're gonna do the toy hunting. I still need a whole bunch of Bandai Star Wars kits, and I also think about maybe do a live stream of me during the toy hunting itself. Maybe that's something I want to try as well, because we're at it anyway, right? So why not try that as well? Hey Antique Ashes, welcome guys for tuning in. I also was so happy with the donations from yesterday, that I actually thankfully to the donations, which I'm super grateful for. Delta, if you're looking at this, with your donations I actually purchased a new KR Sabers, or the existing KR Sabers KRS Flagship saber, which I will be reviewing as the first saber to review when I'm back in Holland. So I asked Carl from KR Sabers to ship that hilt, all empty, directly from his store to my house in Holland. Also, pro tip, if you're watching this and you want to buy, anybody that want to buy something from KR Sabers, ask him about it beforehand you purchase it if you're in Europe, because he used a plugin on his website, and when you do the checkout, it includes a 21% VAT or tax. And I checked that when I ordered the initial saber, sent it to Holland. They taxed me for around £15 extra, which is roughly around $18 $20 ish. So I asked Carl, hey, can we fix that? And he said, yeah, just put another location, other country in the order that doesn't have the VAT, instead, like in my case Hong Kong. So I didn't have the additional $20 or £15 cost. And then in the note I put like ship it to Holland and then the actual address. He was cool with that. I think that has to do with just the way how he has to register his business in the UK and do business in Europe. But I mean, $15 is $15. It's quite expensive. So yeah, saves quite a bit of money. So that saber will be reviewed when I'm in Holland. It will be arriving probably somewhere in this next 2 weeks, and yeah, we still have a month or so before I'm actually in Holland, but I mean that's okay. That's fine. And then we do the review. That is the first lightsaber that we will be actually reviewing in Holland, and yeah, I'm kind of excited for that. Already have stuff lined up, so that's really cool. And the idea is to also, because it's an empty hilt, do an actual installation of electronics in that hilt. So I'm gonna start off with the weathering and the modifications externally, like wrapping it up, do the weathering, and then get a stance set up. So I will be ordering more little items from KR Sabers, a Tri-Cree LED and a battery holder, etc. And we're just gonna start rebuilding a stunt saber out of that hilt, and then we do that live on the streams. But for that I need to be first settled in Holland, so I will first do the reviews of the hilts that are to come when I'm in Holland, and then I will stack up those empty hilts till I have my own place, which will be a couple of months after I live in Holland. And then get the soldering stuff, get all the wires and resistors and stuff like that, and then proper stuff, proper space, and then start doing that in conjunction with the Star Wars Bandai model kits as well. So we're doing the installations, and then hopefully after an X amount of installs myself on my own hilts, or the hilts that I review, then taking in commissions at a 0 commission fee, because of course I'm a beginner, and then do some start with doing simple commissions for people that are interested in me doing their commissions, and then do it on live streams, review the hilts, etc. So it gives gives me opportunity to keep doing more lightsaber reviews. So I think that's pretty interesting and exciting. I don't know what my son is doing there. He's supposed to go sleep now. I can see him in the screen. And besides that, I'm so happy with this little camera. This little camera is really gonna be pretty much have a lot of impact on this YouTube channel. It's gonna make my life a lot easier to do on-the-go vlogs, because I feel very comfortable vlogging with this thing. It doesn't feel like I'm looking like a weirdo with a camera pointing at me, like the big cameras. This is so small. I slip it in my pocket, get it out, start filming, and it looks really cool. The quality, it's on a gimbal, the camera, so it moves, etc. So it tracks my face. I can put it down, show display lightsabers in the full glory, full body, walk around left to right in the screen, and it follows me. So I don't need people to go with me to help me film stuff. So that's also a big bonus, because I really like to film a lot of stuff, but sometimes it's quite annoying if you have certain situations where you want to film certain things and you just don't have the people around with you, and then I have to take all kinds of big stuff with me, like big tripods and whatnot. And with this kind of stuff I don't need to. Hey Elite, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I'm doing good today. I have to say I'm pretty exhausted, because yesterday, or actually today, was pretty intense. I had to take care of my baby, and yeah, it has been a while that I took a full day care of a little infant myself, all by myself. So it was a bit intense, because he didn't want to go sleepy, and yeah, it's hard, because you cannot just go play games or watch some TV and be relaxed, because you need to constantly watch him, and he's doing all kinds of stuff. So yeah, interesting. So I'm okay, he's okay, we survived. Mom is home now, so well, she's out of the house again, but she's around. So I'm using the other app now on this phone again. I'm not gonna use the YouTube app anymore, so we also have this whole bar at the bottom. That's kind of cool. Antique Ashes says, I'm gonna pick up my quest tomorrow, can't wait to play Vader Immortal. Ooh, sweet, nice, awesome. Oh, it will be so exciting. I'm actually just played some more Battlefront 2 after my wife just came home initially. She actually brought, you guys, well, Elite knows what this is, but some of you guys don't know. This she brought some cookies from Macau. I always like the cookies from Macau because they taste good. So gonna enjoy those later tonight. But yeah, I was playing a little bit Battlefront 2 just earlier, and they had some new updates and changes. Oh no. Oh, we're still alive. I don't know what happened, sorry. That was a weird funky issue I saw. Are we still alive? Okay. Sorry, I don't know what happened. For some reason the live stream flipped out for seconds. I don't know what these are. Oh no, these are almond cookies. Almond cookies with lard. So yeah, if you don't want anything with pig in it, then this is not very haram or kosher for that matter. But it's, yeah, I don't know what's that, Mike, maybe it's you, but nice cookies. Anyway, we're gonna eat some more later tonight probably. But yeah, so let me know how that Vader Immortal goes for you, because I'm super excited. Like, I really want to get my son a second-hand PlayStation, and get like some of those VR goggles myself, and then try that out. I think that's gonna be super exciting. Looks really good. Yeah, I like almond and cookies. Yeah, right. It's almond cookies. Almond cookies. No, they're good. They're good for sure. But in case you guys were coming a bit later, so I just gonna say it. So because of the donations yesterday, which I'm super happy with, I actually used that donation wisely, and got a KRS Flagship from KR Sabers to review, which is sent to Holland, and I will be doing a full review once I'm in Holland. So we're gonna first review it empty, and then I'm gonna install the electronics myself as a starter to start this whole process up of doing installations at some point. Of course, I will not charge fees because I will never be as good as a Shamim, etc. And I'm also not really into the market of making or earning money from doing commissions. I just want to have more opportunity to make more lightsaber reviews. Yes, you're right. So here in the bottom we have this bar. We had that a couple of live streams ago as well. This bar is from an app called Streamlabs, which I added, and I want to have different goals. So if the live streams are over time hopefully growing a bit, then like yesterday, hopefully that will incentivize people like participating in like lightsaber raffles, or donations, or anything that can help to allow me to make more lightsaber reviews, basically. So I just put it in their bar. It can be anything. I just put in Saber Force King and Jarrus because it was one of the newest lightsabers a couple of months ago, and I thought I'd put that in there, and then like I have a deadline and see if we get close to that deadline or not, and then yeah, try something like what I saw with other Twitchers in particular, where they have like these gold bars. So trying it out. And I don't want to do the what's that called, the patron anymore, because I felt like the patron, that was yeah, there was no incentive behind it. Like, you put a Patreon link on there or on your YouTube channel or whatever, and it's just there's nothing behind it, unless you're gonna set all kinds of tiers, etc., where people can get certain stuff at certain tiers and whatnot. I don't know. Sounds more like a business to me than anything else. So that's why I do it this way. Yeah, installs. Yes, I wanna follow you in your footsteps and be a more. I wanna be a more adventurous from my end, and get the hang a bit more on it. And I think that's also could help the YouTube channel to sustain more footage, etc., more videos, more content, because it allows me to make content if people allow me to do a commission on their lightsaber, like install a stunt saber or install some easy soundboard like a Nano Biscotti or a Pico Crumble or something like that line. Definitely not a Crystal Focus or anything on that level, but and then of course it's zero commission fee, because yeah, I mean it's definitely going to be installed properly, but by somebody that does not have tons and tons of experience. So that's something what I do. Profi and Plector Labs, basically. I honestly, I don't really care, as long as it's, for me as a noob, easy to start with. If the Profi boards are as equally as easy, then of course I will go for Profi boards over the Plector Labs and not a Biscotti for version 4 or 4.5 or whatever they are now at, because of that smooth swing, and the cost probably is a bit lower as well. But if it's gonna be a commission and somebody else prefer or they still have like in stock another Biscotti version 4, of course I will do that. Oh sweet, nice, that would be awesome, because I'm gonna need all the help. But that will be after a couple of months, because I first need to move back to Holland and then buy a proper soldering iron with variable heat settings and some really good tip, and then a whole bunch of wires and little pieces, swinky stuff, and like a whole workspace basically dedicated to soldering and having all the bits and pieces that are required and having proper stuff in stock. And then at the same place that is also the same workbench for my Bandai model kit. So I have like one space dedicated to do multiple things, so make it more efficient, and then have more stuff for the live streams and as YouTube video content. So I think that would work pretty cool. Mike just sent me a message. He's just, oh nice. That's good. After work, always good. Hope you had a good day. I still feel really weird that it's now almost a month that I don't have a job. Because my last working day was on the 30th of April. That's because I'm moving back to Holland, and there's a whole bunch of paperwork and administration that needs to be done before I can move back. So that's why I have this big buffer of 2 months. Time is flying by, but I definitely feel trapped inside the house. Definitely miss the social aspects of working at a work floor and working with people. It's kind of interesting to see that in retrospective, that I definitely like the rhythm of working, because it's just, you have to focus on getting out of bed at a certain time, eat your breakfast, at lunch you eat a certain thing. Like in terms of diet, I eat more healthy and live better, because now I'm just snacking, I'm just bored, I'm just like, what the hell. I want to go hiking, but my wife threw away my hiking shoes, so I don't have hiking shoes anymore. I don't want to purchase new hiking shoes because I'm almost moving back. I don't want to spend too much money, so I'm like, yes, the lightsaber club. I'm actually I don't know if I'm gonna be super active in that group for now. At the moment, I'm kind of happy with just being in a few big groups and just jump in from time to time, because I won't be really active on Facebook in a general sense, that I just don't like it because of privacy, and also I don't want to get hooked on to getting into participating really actively like I did a couple of years ago, and especially in the lightsaber groups where I was very active at some point. And I don't want to do that, because it really takes away some of the fun. It's a bit of a toxic environment. It really can have a negative impact on people, and especially me. It just I'm like a magnet for that kind of stuff. So from that point of view, I rather have a distance from most of the groups, and not be as active on most social media platforms, to be honest, besides just making YouTube video content or talking to you guys in person. Rebel dumps, yeah, I dump stuff out everywhere. But it's not that I don't like it. It's just I wanna I need to choose a bit where I'm gonna spend my time on during the days. Like now, today I was doing a lot of babysitting. I need to spend time with my kids, and I choose that over spending all my day on Facebook, etc. Even if downtime, I don't want to give my kids the impression that I'm more interested in browsing Facebook or watching stuff on the internet. So show that I have a bit more attention for them. So not doing that. Yeah, I try to. Of course, it's hard, but there's a lot of downtime where I just browse stuff, but I don't want to participate actively in discussions anymore as well, because I really feel that I'm very easy drawn into negativity, and that's by my own fault, of course. But yeah, I try to distance myself a bit more from that whole perspective. So I remain be very active on YouTube. I love doing the live streams, and I think why I also like do the live streams with you guys is that it's just, you have the like-minded people that are doing discussions that are fair and nice and kind, versus people that are having a bad day. They just come into a thread or a discussion about a certain brand from a saber company or whatever, and they just spout some foulness there, and they just hit and run, and they're gone, and you start to fume and get into it, and you want to start to bash the keyboard to give an answer back, and they're not responding, and it's actually in avail because it doesn't really matter. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to spend my time on that. It's just I like being uh, uh, on YouTube, and then directly be able to answer questions and talk with you guys and understand different perspective, or learn from you guys and stuff like that. I find that much more engaging and fun than being on the forum groups. But I do follow it because it's essential. It's for the lightsaber collecting community, and as a hobby. I mean, the Facebook groups are basically God, because without the Facebook groups you miss so much information. It's insane. Like, you really miss out most of it, because otherwise you have to follow each individual website, and it's a hassle. So yep, like Mike, we're gonna ban you. Perm ban. No more allowed here. Get the hell out of my lawn. Insightful chance that all sabers are good sabers except yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Of course, there's it's true, but I mean, I've been saying it for the past 3 years. I've been hearing it 10 times more. At some point, you know it. Like, a lot of people know. They know the message has been conveyed. Everybody is aware of it, and then we don't have to keep keep repeating themselves, or people getting into the hobby, and then they start to have the same thought process, and also become aware of which brands they like and which one they don't like, and for what reasons. And it just keeps going and going and going, those conversations, and it's like it's always the same. And it's like, yeah, we know it by now, it's okay. Yes. Yeah, exactly. But in all fairness, how much do we actually hear anymore from Kyberlight? I hear nothing about Kyberlight anymore. I think since they did that Indiegogo or Kickstarter project since then, it was very successful, but I don't think they do much anymore. I think they still sell their products, but they're definitely not out there. And that might be because they're banned everywhere from all the groups on Facebook, or I just miss a lot of it, but I don't feel they're really present anymore, which is kind of good, I guess. But still, it's kind of interesting. And yeah, for Saberforge Alter Sabers, I'm not really engaged in those discussions anymore. But I have to say, I feel like there's less hate towards both Saberforge and Alter Sabers, and especially between the two brands. At least in the public anymore. On the bigger groups, I don't see much bashing anymore. But I think also because the moderators now are really actively moderating these kind of posts. But I also feel like people are just more educated now, and they make the choices based on whatever merits they have. Can be financial, whatever. So I feel that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Copied work from Elite Comrade. Yeah. So you mean the blades, right? Like Ripper blades and all that stuff. Yeah, they redesigned that Ripper blade at some point, but I feel like I don't know if they fell off the bandwagon. KRS Sabers. KRS Sabers. Sorry. What was it? Kyberlight. Let me just Google them really quick. Kyberlight. Lightsaber. Okay, they still have a website. Yep, they're still. Wow, their website looks really Alter Sabers alike. Yeah, they're yeah. Damage definitely has been done, and that's true. Let me see what the Kyberlight Facebook page looks like. Like, is there any engagement lately? Okay, they still have posts on their okay, they still say they're still posting stuff on their Facebook group page, or Facebook shop page, I should say. But there's not much engagement, so for them it's not a lot of comments and reposts, and yeah, It's not horribly bad, but yeah, interesting. Um, oh, they still are active. Sorry, their website's pretty active. They now have a 20% off on the entire store till May 31st. So if you want to buy something from Kyberlight, this is a perfect opportunity. Now, I'm not gonna get into the bashing of Kyberlight too much, because there's plenty of people that actually like them for what they are and what they offer, and they're very aware of what is in the market, but they still choose Kyberlight as to go to platform, and it's fine. I mean, everybody has their own taste, choices, and whatever reasons to choose one brand or another brand, and I mean, it shouldn't really matter. We all lightsaber Star Wars fans, so whatever. Yeah, personally, I would never really spend my money on it, but that's my personal opinion, and you guys know that, and everybody knows that. So, yeah. That being said, not a whole lot of things going on in terms of the lightsaber stuff. I do really feel it's a bit on the low fire till we get closer to the upcoming movie and the Mandalorian show. I think they're gonna, and of course the Jedi Fallen Order game. I think we're gonna get a lot of new sabers coming to the market, and now I'm gonna also talk a bit more about Bandai's model kits going forward. So to toss in a bit more information and stuff, but I'm really looking forward to that new Death Destroyer set, or Super Destroyer. Yeah, is it Death Star Destroyer? Yeah, sorry. And Super Star Destroyer, if I say that correct. Yes, I think so. I'm really excited for that. The scale is a bit off. It looks a bit tiny in terms of scale, but I really have to get those, and especially if you put in those acrylic lights, or those strings. I forgot the name, and then you put an LED on the bottom, and the light shines through all the way. It's like pipeline light. It looks so beautiful. Insightful Chansa said, I just wish you could choose the bloody tree accessories you got with it. So if you're only interested in those 3 accessories, you don't have to spend $60 on a cover pommel and a emitter. You mean for Kyberlight, or you mean for Saber Force? Because it's let me see Kyberlight cost. I want to see the cost of those parts. Hey Vanilla, how you doing? Elite Comrade said, I have the Resistance vehicle set, Falcon's Pose X-Wing, and Resistance X-Wing. Awesome. You also need the Rogue One X-Wing, Rogue Squadron X-Wing. Okay, I'm looking now at the Kyberlight parts, and wow, I see what you mean. They're a bit more pricier than expected to be. I think they're relatively close priced, if not the same as Saber Force ASP parts. But they have a whole bunch of different parts, so that's cool. They have options, so if you're into customizing your Saber, they do have a whole bunch of options there. And a Kickstarter accessory pack, $200, with a whole bunch of stuff in there. So yeah, for those model kits, I'm so in love with those. I'm so excited to start building them and put them on my shelves. Just something so amazing. And actually, I got really to know them when I was with Elite Comrade in Singapore for the Sabermach stand that they had during the Singapore Con. And there was a stand for all the Bandai stuff they sold, and they had this whole Bandai Star Wars display, and I was thinking these are just actual straight up pre-painted final products. I didn't know those are actually model kits. You need to put them together, etc. But they looked so amazing. They're like, it's just awestruck me. It's like, wow, this is so cool. How could I miss that? So that was where the whole spark came from. Nega says, "What is what? So what is so what's all of your favorite sound fonts?" For me, it's any basically any sound font that is cut out of Return of the Jedi. Luke Skywalker. I love his snap, the ignition, the the swings. Um, yeah, I love those. Actually, I tried quite a bit of sound fonts, and I also like the ambient sound fonts that have either wind, rain, or snow. Well, snow is a bit harder to hear, but like a windy a blizzard with snow blizzard or something that runs as the background ambient noise. I love that. I love to immerse myself, or hearing jungle sounds where you swing your lightsaber and you hear the jungle sounds and you hear your lightsaber swinging at the same time. That's so cool. I like that. Um, for Nega, it's Pitch Black, Spitfire, General Crow. Oh yeah, General Crow. That's another cool sound font. I like that character in general. Um, I still didn't really fully understand why he became why he turned against the light side, like as a Jedi. Like he got corrupted by the dark side, but he wasn't associated with Dooku or anything. He just he just felt like it was time to fight for. I don't know. It was a bit strange to understand his philosophy to become. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. But even if he foresaw the downfall of the Jedi, the he surely would know that. Yeah. Okay. Maybe he didn't know Dooku was the apprentice. Maybe he thought Dooku was the master, and by doing so, he could be the apprentice of Dooku. Maybe that's what he thought. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it drove him to insanity. That might be a thing. I never really understood it. Like now you guys explain it to me. I can understand what his motive is. Well, sort of his motive. But still, like he wanted to be on the winning side. Yeah, I think that is a bit the corruption of the Jedi. In the they get so comfortable living in those luxurious Jedi temples, and they have this feel that they're really making change to all these worlds, that they're really like the the backbone of the galaxy, basically, that they are the safekeepers, the peacekeepers, like the and but basically they're also the oppressor at the same time, because everybody has to follow their rules, albeit them not being like cruel or evil per se on their own, but it's definitely like they have a lot of power, and maybe that's why he didn't want to lose that power, and he wanted to be that in that remain in that position, in that wealthy, like luxurious position, maybe not living wealthy because Jedi were very minimalistic, but maybe just like I don't know, maybe a certain ranks has certain powers, and yeah, I guess like it corrupts Jedi at some point. Yeah, the Sith was hindering the Jedi ability to use the Force as well. Really, the Sith did that? Sorry, I didn't know that. So the Sith. Uh, how does that work? The Sith was hindering the Jedi ability to use the Force as well. How did they like they could control the Jedi? I know they could cloud their visions, or at least Sidious could cloud their visions, or the future, and basically blur it. But I didn't know they could also like hinder the Jedi to actually use their Force powers. That would be insane if if that would be your only Force power that you could master. That Jedi or Sith would basically couldn't use their powers in your presence. That would be crazy. Um, so at like a mortal level, a ground level, like everybody is the same level suddenly. Well, Yoda couldn't detect the power of Sidious despite being in the same room and near to him. Yeah, but I think that's because he could cloak himself off the Force and off the of cloud the minds of Jedi. but like Luke, right? He could like basically disconnect him from the Force completely, so Rey couldn't fuel him at all in the Force. Uh, I like that idea that they can do that. Um, but at the con that they can't use the Force powers, like they're not able to use the Force powers, and it should be like it also should have like a buffer time. So if you want to use your Force powers again, then it takes some time before they actually before it actually start to work again. So yes, you will be detected by other Force users, like they can feel your presence, etc. But it takes some time before you actually start to be able to use your Force powers again. Like it's not like an on and off switch. That would be dope. But yeah, I think there must be, of course, Sith users in certain time frames where they could actually control Jedi's powers, not and render them useless. Like they couldn't just, it just didn't work for those Jedi's, like corrupting their abilities or something. That would be crazy. Nega says Mace should have confronted Palpatine in public instead of a private room. If he attacked, it would expose him, and if he wanted to stay hidden, they could have arrested him. Win-win. Yeah, exactly. But what if Palpatine knew that, and he basically he set the whole trap up from the start to get Mace in there, and then kill Mace in front of Palpatine, and then basically have Anakin in that way discover the true powers of Palpatine and admit that he might be the one that can save. Oh, that was before Padme died, right? Or was it after Padme died? That was before Padme died, yeah. So, I don't know. It's going too deep for me. It's actually very interesting. There's certain books out there that really go more into details about how Sidious set up everything. Like he set up everything way in advance. It's really interesting to read about that. Well, Anakin went to inform Mace about Palpatine, so Palpatine would want to hide it in his private room. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes more sense than anything. Insightful says, what saber feature setups other than light up switches and old school string blades are you not fan of? Actually, I made a video earlier today on the new camera, but I'm not uploading that one because that was more for testing. I wasn't super 100% on the quality because I really want to make the videos better than what I have done so far on the phone, etc., and the big camera. I'm not a big fan on blinky lights if done incorrectly. So I love them on the Hero from Vader's Vault, or any Hero that has blinky lights, the V2 from Luke Skywalker. It's just it's just a match. It's supposed to be there. It's just only unfortunately in the deleted scenes of Return of the Jedi and not in the actual movie. But it in my mind it always exists there. But with over time, like I had the last time I had the Vader's Vault Blade Master Shoto, and I opted for the blinky lights on that particular hilt. But once I actually received it, I wasn't really sold on the blinky lights on it. It was too bright. It was just too bright. When it turned on, it really is sharp to the eyes. And also it's on the surface of the actual hilt that you grip. So when you grip it, you cover up the blinky lights, and it's directly drilled. There are 3 holes drilled into the hilt, and then the LEDs are stuck in there. And I feel like it just didn't really do much with my imagination. It just looked like 3 blinky lights in the side of the hilt. Functional wise, I didn't see much of a feature in it. It just didn't work for me, and I was thinking it would. I think this would be awesome for me, but in the end it just felt like, yeah, there's 3 little accent lights in the side of the lightsaber. It didn't give me any additional pleasure. Sounds really gay or bad, sorry, my bad. Nothing about gay people, sorry. Anyway, it just didn't work for me. I didn't I didn't feel it. And I think blinky lights only work on certain amount of hill designs in certain ways, and it just it's easy overdone. Too much lights flickering from all kinds of directions, and it makes them like a carnival toy or something. But I'm not sure. You guys maybe have a different opinion on that. I'm not sure what you feel about blinky lights in general, and for example, if you have like a must-have type of hilt on which blinky lights should supposed to be, or maybe it's not there and you think it definitely should have blinky lights. I definitely would like to know that, because I'm always wonder like if you guys have like a Canon hilt, for example, a Dooku hilt that in your mind supposed to be a little bit different, so it could be more badass and more fitting to the character. For example, I think Luke's lightsaber exactly fits him, but for Darth Vader, I always felt his saber should look different, like more like a katana or something, like two-handed broadsword or something, not just a one-handed sword. I don't know why. Nega says, I'm still waiting for someone to make a light sound training remote. You mean like the ball, the flying shooting ball? Training remote. Light Jedi. Sorry, I don't know what you mean. Nega says, I don't care for the extra LEDs unless it's shown the battery percentage. That would be handy. Oh yeah. Wasn't that Vader's fault that can do that with the Crystal Shard 4.5? I think they could actually do that. Or there was another company that did that, but it was, I think, with a bar graph that has multiple red things. I forgot which company. There was one company that actually leveraged blinky lights to indicate the battery percentage. Was it Electrum Sabers Craft? I forgot. Sorry, guys. Nega says, yeah, it's the ball Obi-Wan trained Luke with in A New Hope. Oh yeah, actually there was one for sale recently. It was a movie prop. I think $700. I think it was sold actually in one of the lightsaber groups. That looks really dope. Yeah, they should make it like maybe like a drone that can actually fly. It has like the fan in the middle or something, and then it has like venting holes so it allows it to fly. And then with Bluetooth and actual LEDs, it flash up a LED bright in white light, and then it's associated with Bluetooth, so it will know your location of your lightsaber, and it will, if you align it properly, and then it will detect it as either a hit or a strike on your body, for example, like, oh, you hit the incoming blast, like the flash. That would be cool. I think we're really close, or we already can actually achieve that with the Bluetooth technology these days. Master Replicas did an official replica, but it's super expensive. Yeah, I guess that's the one I saw, made in limited edition. Yeah, that looks really cool. But honestly, I totally understand why you like that. I actually would like to get myself that thermal detonator from KR Sabers. But yeah, how the hell am I gonna get that shipped to Holland? I don't think that's ever gonna happen. But the thermal detonator with sound and light, like, I think Adam Savage from Tested made one, or has one, or he has a bunch of them in his office. He did a tour once. Adam Savage from Mythbusters, from the Discovery Channel, and he showed a few, and he flicked the switch, and it actually made that sound, etc. And it like, wow, that was really cool. So I would definitely want to get one, because I always loved the Leia Bush outfit. Her outfit and the voice that Leia had when she wore that mask and she were talking to Han when he came out Carbonite, like, it's so cool. It's just a really cool costume. I actually saw, I think, the original costume or the replica. I don't know exactly what it was. I just estimate. I hope it was the original one. But it was in New York. There was this Star Wars this exhibition of the Star Wars uniforms and stuff. And I think it was the original movie worn stuff, and it looked so cool close up. I really like that. Insightful Channel says using agent or inferior hardware because you're too lazy to update your stock and changing more for things that are standard with many other companies is just eh. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think what happened is they just buy a whole batch and then keep using it till it's depleted, or they just like, we're not gonna change it because we don't need to be on the curve of the ball. We don't need to be in the front. We lean back. We sell stuff anyway, like Saber Force and Ultra Sabers, and they always last. They sell the most, but they always last with all new technology. So they're just sitting back, keep selling. People keep buying. They have no incentive to actually upgrade or change stuff, because why would spend money on that if it's not necessary? And they just keep selling that, especially Ultra Sabers. I think their newest soundboard is already 3 years old, 2.5, 3 years old already, and ever since no new stuff. So a bit disappointed that both Ultra Sabers and Saber Force still don't have any pixel technology, new pixel technology, or at least a good stringlet blade technology. I mean, it costs $1 and dimes stringlet technology nowadays, and it's pretty cool because if you have a removable stringlet blade, I'm still happy with that. It's super bright, it's not as durable, it's a bit heavier, but it's a hell lot cheaper than NeoPixel, and that's a good alternative for NeoPixel if you want something brighter than an in-hilt LED. So, anyway. Nega says, I was planning on the terminal detonator from KR, but the soundboard is always sold out and there's no way to buy one installed, and the kit is always a limited run, selling out quick. I see. So what kind of soundboard do they actually install in there? Is that like a Nana Biscotti? Yeah, I guess so. And Seifel says, like, bro, your switches can be used as weapons of hand destruction, Ultra Sabers. Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah, I think Ultra Sabers is just having a very particular way that they have in mind to run their business, and it's very successful. So I can totally understand that they don't care to change it, because I mean, it's not going to make them more money than they already do, and they're just happy as they do now with their business, so they have no incentive to actually change it. Would it be better for the industry? Would it be better for the clients? Absolutely, but I mean, it's going well as it goes now. The money comes in, so why change anything in the way they do it? I mean, don't always throw over your recipes. Like if your restaurants, if it goes well, if people like it, then people like it, they come back to your restaurant to eat. So yeah, but other people have different mindset, and they always want to mix up their menus and want to have, improved dishes, etc. I don't know. I can understand both. Sides. But Ultra Saber and Saber Force definitely have the money and the funding to be the leader in this industry, but they don't. Insightful Channel says, I'm glad you don't have to pick a premium color and add $5 requisition charge just to get a forum color anymore. Oh, is that you mean with the Ultra Sabers, right? Where you had the standard colors, and then if you want to have, if that's still the case, right? If you want to have like the azure, no, not the azure blue, that greenish blue, for example. I forgot the name. I always like that. Really like that color. It's a nice shade of green blue. Sorry, I forgot the name. But yeah, you needed to pay extra money. Actually, let me check how that works now on Ultra Sabers. Sabers.com. Because I've not ordered something from them for a while. Which I should be doing soon again. I definitely need to catch up with the Ultra Sabers lightsabers, because there's still some badass lightsabers that I want to get from them. But I do remember a couple of years ago that I really have to select every individual piece and part of the order with the lightsaber. Okay, so let's say stunt, and then Sun Rider's Destiny. That's the color I like from Alta Sabers. That's a really dope shade of green blue. Yeah, so there's still, you need to still pay extra. It's still the same. It's actually $5 extra. And then if you want to have, for example, a Tricree blazing red is $15 extra, and the most expensive one is Firestone orange and hot pink, $20. I don't know why those are more expensive. And then they still have the Edegan silver with the color discs. I never tried them myself, but I always felt like that can never work that great. But then again, I don't have first-hand experience with it, so I can't say too much about it. But yeah, I mean, Alta Sabers does still have a forum. You can say about Alta Sabers what you want, but they have their own dedicated community, which is still doing pretty good on their forum. And Saberforge decided to go for that all brands group, which is not the case. It's purely for Saberforge mainly. Other brands are not really being advertised or shown there. But yeah, I liked when Saberforge still had their own little forum. And so the Alta Sabers forum has some really hardcore dedicated people hanging out there. They're really spending quite a bit of time and having a lot of fun posts. It's a bit of it's pretty fun forum. There's fun discussions, and I like the fact that Alta Sabers keep doing that. Like they value that community they have. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but yeah, I like that all these saber companies now, they have so many options for customization, so you don't have to get stuck with a simple lightsaber. Even if you choose a simple hilt, at least you can customize it more to your liking than ever before. Same standard hilt, maybe different pommel, different LED, different switch. Kind of cool. I like that. Give me 1 second, guys, and just check up on the little baby for 1 moment. Sorry, daddy business. Give me 1 minute. Okay, daddy's back. Sorry, I had to check really fast. Little babies, right? You need to sometimes check, are they still breathing? Are they still okay? Anyway, we need to do what we need to do. Let's see. He's okay. He's sleeping. He's sleeping with his big brother, so that's all good. Always fun if they finally sleep. Next says, sorry. I like Saberforge ASP idea. I just wish other saber companies would pick up on the feature. Yeah, me too. And actually, Vader's Fold actually revamped or redesigned some of their hilts back in 2017, I think, to be actually three-way part, so actually screws in and makes it easier for them to assemble. But they always said, well, there's stuff to come. There's some really cool stuff coming, and it's never came. At least not till now yet, and we all expect it to be like individual parts that you could get, like crystal chambers and whatnot, but that still didn't happen for Vader's Vault, so they're probably too busy or just scrapped that whole idea for now. But I do agree that there must be more companies like Saberforge ASP parts coming to the market. Now, of course, we have the custom saber shop, and we have Alta Sabers, but what I would like to see from those other companies like Saberforge, and that's why Saberforge is really doing well now and quite popular, is they have that 3D lightsaber builder. And a lot of people often are posting pictures in the groups of a render they made, like they designed that hilt and they gave it their own personal name and say, this is my lightsaber that I'm gonna get. And they're really proud on that design because it's their own design. They mix match the parts and whatnot, and they can see the result directly in a 3D render and look it from all angles, and that's really really a big value. And I wish that we could see that from other companies as well, so you have a really good understanding what you're gonna get into, like with the powder coating options and whatnot. Like you can visually already see, like, okay, this is how I gonna get it. That's awesome. um, Insightful says, I wish you could PMP with an ASP crossguard. PMP. That sounds like something I don't want to say. It sounds dirty. PMP. Pay and pay. Point and power. PP and popo. PMP. Play and play and play and pose. Play and pose. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what it means. PMP. A plug and play. Sorry. Yeah, actually they could do that, right? They just need different heat sinks with a JST connector for the side fans that are just smaller and thinner in diameter, and then have them just go in there, and then the little cables go in the middle section, in the control section, because there's where all the wires come together anyway, and then plug that in there. I think it's definitely doable for them. I think it's just a choice not to do it, so they have a bit of exclusivity of certain hilts, or they just don't want to get bothered with making additional ASP parts. Yes, what she said. Yeah, it sounds like, hey, I take my wife out for a PvP session this weekend, like a partner trading. I don't know. Never mind. Yeah. I technically it's definitely doable. I think just Saberforge is not really interested in doing it, but at the other end that's pretty weird, because Saberforge is definitely an opportunist, because they try to sell all kinds of sabers and saber related stuff, like the airsoft blasters and the whole gaming, I don't know what's the type of game. It's like Dungeons and Dragons sort of game stuff. I don't know how to call that stuff, sorry. So they definitely expanding their markets as much as they can to catch more customer demands, basically, to meet more customer demands. But I don't know why they didn't do that one. Maybe an oversight. Maybe at some point they will do it, or maybe they just don't. No, it's an idea they want to execute, but they still didn't have time to do it. I don't know. Don't know how that works, but that would be great though. We definitely need, what I definitely want to see more of is more cross guards. This is a good point you make, actually, because I feel there's too little cool cross guards on the market. We have the one from Vader's Vault. Not my personal cup of tea. It's definitely Vader's Vault in design, but it's too much for me. Too much fiddly things on it. It's just not my cup of tea. And then we have the ones from Saberforge. I like the Tempest. It's relatively straightforward, but I like it. Really cool design, in my opinion. And then we have, of course, the crossguards from Kylo Ren, from different makers. And then yeah, it's the playing fields get quite thin from there on. There's not much else. Oh yeah, sorry, Alter Sabers has a couple of crossguards as well, but beyond that, I don't think we have different saber companies making crossguards at this moment. We definitely need the Sabermach crossguard, but that one is actually made in a very small amount of small batch, but it's not really commercially sold anymore. But I think they had something in the works for Sabermach for a crossguard that is really nice and slim. So I hope we get that, because we definitely need more crossguards, I feel. Because I really start to dig that type of design. Actually, I would like to have my own Kylo Ren crossguard replica, just empty hilt, for example, the one from Corband. That would be dope. Just as a display piece, because I don't really want to have electronics in it, because I will never really do much with it. But I really like the Kylo Ren crossguards. design. I like his hilt design. I just like it. I don't know what it is. It's a bit bulky, bit chunky. It has the external wires on there. It just looks cool to me. It looks really cool to me. I like that design. It's definitely a unique design, not only because it's a crossguard, but just the hilt itself. What else we got here? So Insightful says, I don't know why they're selling D6S. Oh, that's that. Who needs a 26-sided die? I don't know. There must be demands out there. I liked angled crossguards so much more than the straight ones. Yes, actually, I had it in my mind. I want to say it, but I actually liked the old core band crossguard the most. The one that has a slightly slanted venting emitters. It was the one that was made first. That was made based on incorrect information, and that's the one I like the most. It was a bit slimmer, a bit smaller, and that one looks super nice. If I ever see one for a good price secondhand, let's say $100 on the market, I might want to pick one up because I liked how it looked like. Cryotech is phased off, but something is brewing. Ah, really? Okay, that's good. That's good. Inside information here, because I also just thought about the Youngling crossguard. That's the one. Okay, so I think we're back. Are we back? Yes, we're back. Sorry guys, sorry. What happened was my battery indicator showed that I only have 20% left. There's something really funky with this charging cable. It's still not fixed because I couldn't go out today to fix the cable I had yesterday. It doesn't charge my phone, and the phone is already 3.5 years old, so the battery isn't super strong anymore, so it drains fast, especially with a live stream. But yeah, just have to do with that. I will get a new charging cable tomorrow, and that will be fixed then. Sorry for the inconvenience. Let's see. So, but I'm excited to see more from Sabermach, that crossguard. I still want to get my hands on their Kanan Jarrus lightsaber as well. So bad. Such a beautiful hilt. It feels so good in the hand. It's really high quality. I fell in love with it. But yeah, I really hope one day I will be able to buy one. But yeah, that's still high on my wish list. Is the Sabermach Kanan Jarrus lightsaber, because it's so good. Insightful says the only one-handed crossguard design is a Senken so far. We need some one-handed buttes. Yeah, the Senken. Yeah, that's the one I talk about. It's a good crossguard. It's just a bit smaller because it uses 7-8 inch blades, and it's definitely on the tinier side. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And then I would like to have the side blades to be a bit smaller as well, like they don't stick out as much, so it's like really small stubborn pieces sticking out, basically, like mimicking maybe from Ripper blades or something that's 3D printed that has a flamey effect, or some other type of effect that makes the side blades not sticking out so much. So you have a nice slim hilt, maybe Vader's Vault thickness, like combat class, pretty slim, and then small vents on the side with small blades. Like it's not for dueling to get a lockup with another blade from somebody else, but just like aesthetically something nice. So it's not blinky lights, but it's like really cool, maybe side blade blocks that show the light from the sides, like something really dope. Yeah, that would be awesome, because it doesn't have to be blades emitting light for me. It can also be really cool blade blocks that show, like, if it's like the core of a volcano or something, of the blade being ignited, and you can see the heart of it from the sides, and it also does heat venting or something. That would be super cool. Insightful also says, I'm waiting for the next Avispa model. Avispa model? Is that from YDD Sabers? Sorry, I forgot the Avispa model. Who makes that one? Elite says, "Oh yeah, buddy, and buy it, and I'll do a Profi install for you." Awesome. Yeah, I definitely need to buy it. So I really want you to install that Profi board for me. I heard so much good stuff of it, and of course I didn't play it with the Profi board myself yet. I played with the competitor, which was the no, was it Profi board? No, sorry, I forget it now. Oh gosh, my brain. Sorry, my brain. Um, what is the other? What is the other brand? It's not Profi board, but it's the. Sorry. I forgot. Oh my god, sorry. I played with the one with with super smooth swings, and it just. No, not Plector. Um, no, it's not a neck either. You have the Profi board and you have the other one. There are two third party markets brands that are like open source boards, the Profi board and the other one. I'm sorry, my brain really stopped working. It's like 4:04 in my brain now. Vispa. Sorry, let me Google what's the Vispa again. I don't know what's the Vispa. Vispa lightsaber. A Vispa. Oh, okay, that's cool. Whoa, okay, awesome. Oh, wow, that's cool. That's it looks like some very classical design. That's cool. It's like a Three Musketeer types of lightsaber. Nah, it's not Argino. Shoot. um, gosh, I cannot forget their name. Now I hate myself for not remembering the name of that open source. Google open source soundboard lightsaber. So we have the Profi board and we have the Teensy board. God, sorry, Teensy board. I played with the Teensy board. Sorry, I keep getting confused about Teensy board and Proxy. Sorry, my brain is completely fried. I'm not gonna even try anymore. But the Teensy board. I played with it recently, and I was really amazed by how smooth it picks up swings, and it's just probably the same as the board you mentioned. I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work anymore, guys. I'm really sorry. It was a long day taking care of a baby. Yes, I did. He is the master of lightsaber creating. He is basically the human form of the robot that makes lightsabers with the younglings. He is that knowledgeable about making lightsabers, and that he comes with that lightsaber. That's really cool. I wondered if it comes like in a sheet as well, like you can pull it out of the sheet. That would be cool. Teensy board is a sandwich of two boards. Profi board is a single board, but they have the same function and ability. Okay, so Teensy board is, let's say, a gen before, like an older board, like a predecessor that has like more chips on it, I guess. But I'm gonna end the live stream very soon, guys, because I feel my brain is really struggling at this point. I don't know what it is, but I start to struggle and with finding words, etc. I think it's late. Well, it's late in the evening, of course. It's 11:30 p.m. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So a Vispa comes with a scabbard. Is it also based on an anime by chance? Because I'm not so knowledgeable in Japanese anime. I guess it's probably from an anime, like a Gundam type of robot anime or something. I have no clue. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool. I thought like it's some obscure Japanese manga cartoon. I don't know. I miss a lot of that, because a lot of people make references like to Japanese cartoons, etc. And I'm like, well, I don't know what you mean. Like Robotech, etc. And all that stuff. It seems to be really cool, but I've never seen it. A lot of people are crazy for it, but I'm always like, I feel myself a bit I feel a bit bad. Like I should really check out this stuff one day. Anyway, okay, cool. Thank you. Thanks for the PM. I will check it out. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the stream now. I need to go sleep probably. This babysitting, I'm not good at babysitting, and it took all my effort today, and I'm just dead. I need to go sleep. I also need to get up really early tomorrow again to bring my son to school. So I'm gonna get to bed, and then tomorrow I'm gonna keep cranking with making videos. But it's raining today in Hong Kong, so if it rains tomorrow again, I need to find ways to not make this thing wet because it's not waterproof. So that might have a bit of effect. But as a first video of the vlog, I think it will be pretty fine to try it out. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I loved talking. Sorry, Martin, you're late to the party. I'm just gonna sign out. I'm really sorry. My brain is just completely stuck. It just can't do it anymore. I feel like black holes start to emerge here and there. It's like my synapses in my brain start to stop working certain areas. Like I start to feel limp. My arm doesn't respond anymore, so I need to go sleep now. I will be back tomorrow. I said earlier in the stream, I said I'm gonna make some videos with this new camera tomorrow, like the first vlog, and we're gonna also do some Bandai Star Wars model kit toy hunting. So hopefully you guys gonna like that. Thanks for watching, and I go sleep. Have a good night, everybody. A good day. Take care. Bye bye. See you. And we turn around. Bye.